Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn about the scope of variables. Alright? Now, I will explain the concept of scope of variables using an example. So, here is the conversion from USD, American dollar, to Indian rupees. 1 American dollar is equal to 81.97 rupees. Alright? So what I will do first is I will create a function which will take in dollar value and give out the equivalent rupee value. Okay. So let me write the function here. I'll say void because I'm not expecting any return value, and I'll say dollar to INR. So this is the name of my function, and inside I will have one simple line to convert dollar to INR. Okay. So I'll say float INR is equal to dollar into 81 point, how much was it? 97. Okay. 97. And then I will have C out INR. Okay. So this is my function, which is very small, and let me call this function. I'll say dollar to INR and I'll pass a value 2. Okay. But then we have not written anything to receive whatever is passed. So let me say float and dollar. Okay. Float and dollar. Let me run this and check if everything is working fine. Okay. I'm getting a value here. So what is happening here is when I call this function by passing 2 goes to dollar. Dollar gets multiplied by 81.97, gets stored in INR and gets printed out. Okay. Pretty much straightforward, correct? Now, we can have as many functions as we want in a program. So, let me write one more function which will convert pound value to INR value. 1 pound is equal to 105.48 rupees. So I will just copy this quickly and paste it here. And here I will say pound, and here I will say pound, and here I will say pound, and I will change the conversion factor 105.48. Okay, 48. Now I will comment this out and I will call pound to INR and pass 2. Alright. Let me run this and you can see I get 210.96 rupees. Now if you notice here, I have INR in this function. I have INR in this function. Now both these variables are different. This INR variable is valid only for this function, and this INR variable is valid only for this function. So this INR is a local variable and this INR is also a local variable. Okay. So local variables are valid only for a particular block of code. So this INR for this block of code, and for this block of code, this INR. Okay. Now let me remove this. Let me uncomment this and let me remove this too. Okay. Now when I run this, I get a value. Correct? Yes. So I have one function which is working fine. I do not want to print here. I want to print outside the function. Okay. I will have float and I will have return INR here. Okay. So let me run this. It will give me an error because I have not stored the return value anywhere. Let me do that. let me say float INR is equal to dollar and then print it out. So I'm getting the result here. You see, this is INR. This is also INR. This is valid for this function. This is valid for this function. Alright. This INR and this INR are completely different. Alright. So here, instead of INR, I can have any name. VVV. So here I will say VVV. So let me run this and you can see I get the same result. Okay. Now INR and INR. Alright. Now here I will say float INR. Okay, float INR, and I will set the value of INR to 55.5. Alright, 55.5. Now let me run this. And you can see I get 163.94, which is result of this function call. Okay. Now see, I will delete this return. I will delete this. I will make it void and I will run the program. And you can see I get 55.5. What is this 55.5? See, when I declared INR outside this function, when I declared INR equal to 55.55 outside this function, what I did was I declared a global variable. This variable can be accessed from anywhere in the program. Okay, so this is a global variable. This is a normal function. This is a normal function. So let me remove spaces here. Alright, this is a normal function. Okay. Now I have called this function. This will get executed. The value will get stored in INR. This is local variable. We have not returned INR. So when I say cout INR, it is this value which gets printed out. Okay? Because we have not returned anything from this function call. I have just called the function. So 2 will be passed to dollar, it will be multiplied by this and it will be stored in INR. That's all. It is not returned. And so when I say cout INR, it is this value which gets printed out, and that is what we get here. Okay. This is because I have used float before INR, meaning I have declared this INR as a local variable inside this function. Alright. Now if I remove this, and if I run this, you can see I get 163.94. This is because this is now a global variable. You see, I declared a global variable here. I set the value of INR to 55.5. Here I called the function by passing 2. 2 went to dollar, went here. 2 into 81.97, which is 163.94. This 163.94 was stored in INR, which is this itself. So the 55.5 was replaced by 163.94, and that is what we are printing here. Okay. So here in the function I have not declared a new variable. If I say float INR, this is declaring a new local variable. What I did was I used this bare INR without any data type. This means what? This means I am saying store this into this inside the global variable INR, and that is what I am trying to access here. Okay. So if I delete this, then I'll get the same result. I'm declaring a global variable and using this function, I'm calculating this and storing the value inside the global variable, and then I can do anything with it from anywhere in the program because it is accessible outside this function too. Okay, whereas if I use float here, then it becomes local, then you will have to return it and you have to use it. All right. Yes, so I hope the concept of local and global variable is clear. If not, please do watch again because sometimes this may confuse some of the students. So yeah, so go ahead and practice whatever we have seen in this video. All right. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.